A true Super C, you have all of this protection in front of you. God forbid something happens. In a Class A, guys, there's nothing.
And the Super C is not going to be able to overcome this.
Right, and this is one of the reasons that we've decided not to do a Super C.
Are you team Class A? Are you team Super C? Hey everyone, Izzy and MJ from Endless RVing. We are at the 2022 Tampa RV Show, and what we are seeing more and more of are Super Cs. Some of our most popular videos are Super Cs. They are unbelievably awesome for good reason, but they do have their pros and they do have their cons. So in this video, we're going to talk about the pros and cons of a Super C.
That's right. Now, number one pro is, you know what we say it all the time, safety.
Well,
guys,
let's go walk and just show you.
Yes, you have a truck in front of you. Again, a true Super C.
Don't give the air quotes.
I know, I won't give the air quotes. Again, you have all of this protection in front of you. God forbid something happens. This is what you have. In a Class A, guys, there's nothing. It's you versus the truck in front of you that you just slammed into.
Well, let's walk over to a Class A.
Right.
Let's show them.
Right.
So you're on a true commercial chassis
Truck
on this
chassis, right.
Superstar. This is a Freightliner M2 106. Here you have a Essex, and like MJ said, you saw the hood in front on the true commercial truck chassis. Well, look what you have here.
Right. It's
you make the decision, right?
Yep. And now again, we love our Class A, but that's always in our minds is this safety factor. Number two, which we're going to go into, is serviceability. Okay.
Let's talk about that also.
Yeah. So
let's go back to the.
Let's flip around.
Let's go back here. Now, I'm sure they're not going to want us to open this up. We don't want to like piss anybody off.
Yep.
But here, let's show you. You open this motor, right? The hood opens. This comes up. Your motor's right there. This is a commercial truck that you can go to commercial truck repair centers. Now, this is on a Spartan chassis. Here's your Essex again, Class A diesel pusher classic. This is gonna go up. This is accessible because you have the side mounted radiator, of course, but this is way easier.
Right, you get stuck on a trip out on the highway, go ahead and pull into any.
Where are you looking to go?
Ooh, the shuttle's really loud. It's so much easier, guys, to pull in to where trucks go to get repairs done. Go ahead and see how long it's going to take for a Class A. You know, suckers like us will be waiting forever.
Number three. What's a big one?
Number three is, huge. Towing capacity. So on this Newmar Superstar, you're going to have a 20,000 pound towing capacity. So right here on the Dutch Star, this is 15,000. If you look over at the Essex, that's going to be a 20,000 pound too, but you're going to pay mucho bucks.
A lot of more money
way
on that.
More, right. So that is huge with Super Cs and why a lot of people do choose to get
them.
Well,
the Super C is the Super C really because of tow capacity. And that's what we talked about in some videos, you know, a Super C. Some Super Cs are towing 12,000 pounds. I don't know how that really qualifies for a Super C, but the true Super Cs are going to be 20, 30, 40,000 pounds, some of them, which none of these Class A's here are going to be towing 40,000 pounds.
No. Number 4 Pro is going to be holding tank sizes.
Yeah, so most Super Cs are going to have standard 150 gallons of fresh water. Now the gray and black may change a little bit. Now if you're looking over here on this Dutch Star, it does not have 150 gallons. I believe it's 105. I could be wrong. People jump down my throat about this.
I'll take the 150.
No, I think that's 105. The Essex,
no, I'm saying I'll take the 150 on the Super.
The Essex will certainly have maybe, they may be 105 also, but put in the comments below if you know that. Big advantage regarding the holding tanks for the fresh especially will go to the Super C.
All right, and then the number 5 Pro is going to be carrying capacity as well, which I always like.
Yeah.
Hashtag stuff.
Excuse me.
Now, this one is, depending on what kind of Class A you get, if you get a gasser, of course, it's going to be an issue. Some of these bigger diesels, they have a pretty good carrying capacity, 7,000 pounds or so, maybe even more so. Even though most of the time the Super C is going to have a little bit of advantage, the real Super C, that kind of, that's really close to each other there. So let's get into the cons, and the first one is a big one. This is a real big one, and the Super C is not going to be able to overcome this.
Right, and this is one of the reasons that we've decided not to do a Super C, at least at this point in our life, and that's going to be less storage.
Specifically exterior storage.
Right, your outer bays.
This is a 40-foot Super C behind us. If you want to pull bay number 1.
Go ahead.
Well, we'll do bay number 2 here. Look at the storage in bay number 2.
You're not getting that pass-through storage that you're getting on the Class A.
Now let me show you what their definition of pass-through storage is. So this is kind of a pass-through storage for a Super C. A lot of Super Cs don't have this. You can see you have somewhat, but listen, you have this big beam going across. So that is a little bit of an issue versus if we come over here. Here's a Dutch Star, 43 footer, but this is going to be similar for really every diesel push on a raised rail chassis. Look at the difference here, right?
Yeah.
You have one there, and then we'll show one more bay. Large storage.
With
you get
the tray,
inside.
the pull-out trays, yeah, you have so much room.
And why is the reason because of that? Because you don't have the mechanics going from the front engine to the rear. Everything is right here. So therefore, you're going to get much more storage.
So number 2 is going to be the noise factor, and a lot of people ask us this too when we've put up Super C videos or we've test driven, and is it much louder? Now when we test drove the Renegade Verona, it was not as loud as we thought it was going to be.
You could definitely hear it.
Yes.
But we were having a conversation, it wasn't an issue.
Yeah, full.
Now you might be asking yourself why, well why is that? Well look, here is the engine, right, on your Super C, here is where you're going to sit, versus here is the engine on a diesel pusher. And where are you going to sit is 43 feet up that way. So certainly going to be much more quiet in the diesel pusher.
Right, but again, some people don't care about that. You know, that safety factor and everything else, it just doesn't matter. So it's totally, again, personal preference. All right, number 3 is going to be less living space. Now this is probably one of the biggest reasons we have decided to not go with a Super C right now. Although this Newmar Superstar that we're on,
this is a bigger one.
This is nice. Unless you're looking at the cab up front, if you're looking down, you don't realize you're on a Super C at all.
But Newmar is the only one that has this full wall slide, therefore it's giving you a lot of space.
Right.
But we'll just walk it to the back and then we're going to compare it to like a Country Star.
So look at the width, right? You still have all this width. Beautiful.
But look at the bathroom. Show them the bathroom real quick.
And you're getting one bathroom, right? On a coach this size, this is a what? A 40
feet, 11 inches.
40 feet. Many times you're getting that 1.5 bath, so you're giving up space for that. Versus a 40-foot Country Star. Now the lights are not on here, but
it's all right. We can figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
nice
way
and wide,
bigger.
but guys, you're getting that extra bathroom. You have the full bath in the back.
This is wider too.
Right?
It feels like it's wider.
Yes, it does. So you have the 1.5 baths, right? This is bigger, right? Nice and wide.
Way bigger.
We always like the Country Star.
Yeah. It wouldn't be our first choice. I'd probably get a Ventana.
Yeah, but it's nice. And then so here's that extra. You have your master bath back here. So the living space definitely less in a Super C.
Next con is going to be the fuel tank capacity. Most of the Super Cs, 105 gallons, maybe 120 or so. But 105 is usually 105 as far as diesel fuel versus something like this. This is probably going to be 100, 150, up to 200 gallons on the King Air. Certainly going to hold more diesel fuel in the Class A. Finally, this is the one where the nasty gram comments are going to come out. I know it. So for you glampers out there, you Class A people.
We're Class A.
We are included in there.
The number 5.
RV resorts. Really nice RV resorts.
As you know, we purchased an RV lot. We'll link that video up above, and they do not allow Super C motorhomes in this resort. Now, some do. They're definitely different from one to another. So if this is important to you, it's definitely something you have to check out. Does that mean we'll never get a Super C? No.
Yeah, and some of them are changing that. A lot of that has to do with zoning. It's not really like the resort cares, but the zoning of the county, that in order for them to put an RV resort, it's got to be Class A. So I guess maybe it's associated with, I don't know what it is, but a lot of higher end resorts are going to be Class A only. I keep saying going to be Class A only. All right, now we're gonna throw out there some things that are very questionable. You have people going on both sides fighting about this. What's the first thing?
Right, well, before that, we want you to put in the comments below, guys, what side of the road are you on for these? So the first one is drivability, driving experience, and that kind of thing, just in terms of maneuvering this thing.
So we have driven Renegade Super C, we have driven Newmar Essex, similar to Dutch Star, our own. We like the way the Super C drives better. It just feels stable on the road.
I felt like I was driving your truck, your Ram. I really did. It's comfortable.
No lean, good acceleration.
No, like you have full control of that vehicle.
Good braking, you're up high. But that's not to say that the Essex drove bad.
No.
That drove nice also, but we both said the same thing. Wow, we really like how the Super C drives.
Yeah. So number 2, questionable, is the size of the windshield. Some people love the large Class A windshield, right? You're driving down the road, you're seeing the beautiful country through this windshield. Some people don't care. They like the smaller truck style windshield. So again, it's really personal preference. I really kind of am leaning towards the Class A windshield. I just like that big view.
Yeah, I like the Class A windshield also versus something like this. What I will say, because it's already happened to us, is that the Class A windshield seems to break more because it's just a big magnet for rocks, and it is damn expensive to change. Ours was $4,000 plus. Thank God we had insurance for it. I don't think this is going to be $4,000. And also, again, you're going to have that protection up front, so you can't have that big windshield.
All right, number 3 is going to be a smaller cockpit. So now, again, you're on this truck chassis, so it's
get in there.
It's a truck cockpit.
What does it look like?
Get in
into
there.
The seat.
All right, so actually this is pretty high up. Oh God. All right, there we go. Okay. Oh, so comfortable though. So yeah, so here you are. There's not, again, you don't have the huge windshield. You don't have tons of room. You don't have the fancy tables and this and that. It's basic. It is what it is.
Versus, you feel like you're a king in here. Like these are true captain's chairs. Look what you have here. Massage. Let's see what we have. Pulse, wave, heat. I mean, you can ride, you're just cruising down the road on this, and it's riding really nice. You have phone charger here, all your controls, the big screens. It's beautiful. So I'm gonna say comfort-wise, like driving, Class A.
I'm right there with you.
All right, the next thing, number 4, right, is going to be the availability. Although Super Cs are becoming more popular, there's still way more models of Class A's. Now, just for example, we are at the North Trail RV setup here at the Tampa show. I'm just going to do a quick spin, right? Here's the one Superstar, and look.
They don't even have a Supreme Air here.
No, and it could be because of their popularity, but look. It's all
Class A's.
Class A's.
Right, the same thing. You go to the Tiffin, they have their one, they're new.
Right.
Super C, all Class A's and C's.
Now they do have a Renegade display here also, and they have, but still, there's way more Class A's. Just in the show, way more Class A's than there are Super C's.
And the last debatable, questionable, is build quality. So at different price points, you're going to have different types of build quality, right?
Yeah, that's certainly, you know, if you're paying entry level, you're going to suffer on build quality if you're buying new. Of course, you're going to. If you're buying new, if you're going to buy used, it could be different. But we're not going to put an opinion on this. Put it in the comments below. What do you think about build quality? So we hope that cleared up some questions. We get that question a lot, you know, should I get a C, an A? It's really going to be personal choice. In the comments below, let us know. Are you team Class A? Are you team Super C? And then you guys can start fighting in there amongst yourselves.
Or are you like us and you love them both equally?
Yeah, put it in the comments below. And for myself and MJ, we thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you on the road.